You are caught doing something you should not have done. A universal human experience. Everyone has been here. Or someone says something embarrassing about you in front of others. Or you are unexpectedly praised, or the center of attention for any reason. And before you can do anything about it, your face turns red. Before any thought, before any decision, the face has already spoken. Not a little pink, bright, vivid, impossible to hide. The very thing you most want to hide becomes the most visible part of you. And the terrible thing is, the more you think about blushing, the worse it gets. The blush will not be controlled. It will not be hidden. It arrives and does what it wants. And in doing exactly what you did not want it to do, it does something valuable. The more you fight it, the longer it stays. So why? Why does the human body do this to us? And here is the truly strange part. Of all the things the human body could do when embarrassed, it chose this. Humans are the only animal that blushes. Not chimpanzees, not dogs, not elephants, only us.
Blushing is not the same as flushing from exercise or heat. When you exercise, your whole body flushes. Heat goes to the skin everywhere. That is thermoregulation, cooling the body down, entirely physiological. But a blush is specific. It targets the face and the neck and sometimes the chest, and specifically the areas with the most dilatable blood vessels near the surface. No other part of the body, just the social display areas. This is the clue. Blushing evolved for social display, not for temperature regulation. The blood vessels in the face respond to a specific set of social and emotional signals: embarrassment, shame, being the center of attention, being praised unexpectedly, and they dilate quickly, letting blood flood in, creating the visible red flush. The whole thing is controlled by the sympathetic nervous system, the fight-or-flight system, the ancient emergency response system, the part you cannot consciously control, which is why trying not to blush always makes it worse. Thinking about blushing activates the same system. The blush deepens. But here is the real mystery. Why only humans? Other animals get embarrassed. Other animals get caught. Dogs look guilty. Chimpanzees show submission. Elephants show shame. But these behaviors are controllable. They can be suppressed. The blush cannot. But none of them blush. Why did blushing evolve in humans specifically? The answer may lie in our unusually complex social lives. What is it about human social life that required this extra involuntary signal? Darwin himself was fascinated by this question. He called blushing the most peculiar expression of all. He devoted an entire chapter to it in The Expression of Emotions in Man and Animals. The most human of all expressions, the one that only we have. And after a lifetime of studying emotion and expression, Darwin still could not explain it. If Darwin could not crack it, you know it is genuinely puzzling.
The best current theory is that blushing is an honest signal, not a random physiological accident, a designed communication proposed by psychologist Mark Leary and others. The honest signaling theory of blushing, an involuntary advertisement of your inner state, like a billboard on your face that only you did not want put there. Specifically, that you care about social rules, that you know you have violated one. Not just that you got caught, but that you understand why being caught matters. A blush says, I know what I did was wrong. I am aware. I care about your opinion. It is an apology the face makes before the mouth can form words. Without a single word, the face says it all, instantly, involuntarily. And that message is extremely valuable in a social species. In a group where trust matters, honest signals of conscience are gold, because it means you cannot perfectly fake remorse. You can say sorry without meaning it. You cannot blush without feeling it.
A person who blushes when caught doing wrong is harder to distrust than one who does not. The blush says, they know, and knowing matters. The blush says, I am one of you. I share your values. I know I fell short. That is a powerful message, one that helps groups hold together. But blushing does not just help the group, it helps the blusher too. The blush is not just a social tax, it is also a social investment. People who blush are judged more positively than those who do not. They are seen as more genuine, more emotionally present, more fully human. This is counterintuitive, but it is consistent across many studies. Studies show that people who blush when caught in wrongdoing are seen as more trustworthy. The blush makes the wrongdoing seem more forgivable, the person more redeemable, more moral, more reliable, more worth forgiving. The blush communicates what words often cannot. Because words can be calculated, blushing cannot. It signals genuine emotion, genuine conscience, a real inner life. People who never blush can seem untrustworthy, uninvested, socially detached. The absence of blushing can suggest the absence of conscience. The blush says, I am here, I am present, your judgment of me matters. That last part is the most important. Your judgment of me matters.
And here is the twist. We think of blushing as a flaw, something the body does wrong, a glitch, an embarrassment about the embarrassment, as something to be overcome, fixed, treated. Some people develop severe blushing anxiety, some seek surgery to stop it, a procedure called endoscopic thoracic sympathectomy, to remove the ability to blush. But here's what the research tells us. Blushing is not a flaw. It is an asset, possibly the most socially valuable involuntary response the human body produces. One of the few honest social signals the human face can produce. It is the one signal in the human repertoire that is almost impossible to fake. Actors cannot reliably produce a genuine blush on demand. The nervous system refuses to cooperate. It tells others, I have a conscience. I care about what you think. I can be trusted. Three things that are hard to prove any other way. Darwin called blushing the most peculiar and most human expression. He was right. No other expression belongs exclusively to humans. This one does. The most human because it is the one only we have. The most peculiar because no one can fully explain why. It is not a weakness. It is proof that you have a social conscience. The only such proof the face can offer automatically, without words, without planning. The most human of all qualities, and one of the rarest to prove convincingly. The next time your face turns red, remember, you are not betrayed by your blush. Your ancestors blushed, and their blushing helped them stay in the group. You are not malfunctioning. You are working exactly as designed. You are revealed by it, and what it reveals is worth showing. A face that can go red is a face that has a conscience, and the world trusts it more.
Subscribe. Every day we dig up one piece of the ancient human story.